Welcome to another video from EarnPED.com. I am StevieB. Happy to have you guys with us today. Before we get started, let me give you guys some information. Today's video is going to explain how you can get a free RK-0 repair tool. And before we get to that, I want to give you guys an update on some other things that have been going on because I haven't made a video in almost 3 months now, and you guys deserve to know why. So first things first, welcome. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. I appreciate everybody who's been there for me and sent me messages over the past couple months. Real life has been absolutely brutal. It has been horrendous in every way imaginable, and I'm sorry that has kind of put everything else on the back burner. So good news slash praise report to give you guys. A lot of you don't know that I have struggled with my weight my entire life. When I was 13 years old, I was 4'11". I weighed 55 pounds. And I joined the wrestling team in 7th grade, not necessarily by choice, but because the coach was also my science teacher. And this guy was a former gold medal Olympian. He was amazing. Probably the best coach in the entire state. And he had never had a kid that lost every match his first year until he met me. I was the first one to lose every single match. So that summer, some things happened, and I went from 4'11" to 5'6", and I went from 55 pounds to 110 in 3 months. And then I never really grew anymore. I grew a couple more inches, and when I graduated high school, I was 120 pounds. Well, as of about 6 weeks ago, I was still 120 pounds. I just do not gain weight. I could literally sit down, weigh 120 pounds, eat a 10-ounce steak, and get back on the scale and weigh 119 somehow. It was absolutely ridiculous. And on top of everything else that I had going on in life, I had a lot of stuff the past couple months have just been really pushing me to the edge. And for some reason, that had nothing to do with it, but that also kind of made me snap. So in the past 6 weeks, I went from 120 pounds to 154. So I am now pound for pound the strongest person in the gym, and in probably another 6 to 12 weeks, I will weigh dang near 200. So I will be posting before and after photos for you guys. I will be making an entire YouTube series on exactly how I did it, because if my journey can help somebody else who's going through the same thing, that would be absolutely incredible. I know there's a lot of people that struggle with gaining weight, just like there's a lot of people that struggle with losing weight. So I'm hoping that when this is all said and done, my before and after pictures and the story of how I did it and the step-by-step instructions will be able to help somebody else out there. One of the reasons I've been gone from the game for so long, guys, is I do still log in. I do still play here and there. And like I said, I've got a lot of stuff going on in real life right now that I really don't even want to touch on. But I've been thinking a lot about the position of the game in general and the way MindArk's been acting. And I have it on good authority from multiple people. I am the most hated player at MindArk headquarters. That's fine. But MindArk is kind of screwing up big time. And I actually wrote a letter to the CEO a couple weeks ago, just a private email, trying to help them out a little bit. So part of the reason that it's been hard for me to make videos is when I make a video explaining how to play smarter or how to make your ped go further, MindArk will tend to change things to make my video no longer applicable. So a big one, as you guys know, I love hunting exosaurs, especially at North Swamp Camp. I had a lot of people telling me the blazer fragments had been nerfed, and I went and I did some hunting, and sure enough, they nerfed the crap out of it. They still drop, just not like they used to. And that makes it a lot harder on the free-to-play and low-depot players. It also makes it harder on me because I try and put out good information. The information is good, then something in-game changes, and now that information isn't so good anymore, right? So let's just cut to it and call it what it is. The reason MindArk does not like me is because I'm actively advertising their game. And specifically, I'm trying to teach you how to play smarter, not harder, how to make your ped go further. And most of my viewers, most of my subs are low depot or free-to-play players. And that's not what MindArk wants. MindArk wants these big spenders that are going to come in, drop 50,000 into the game, blow it all, and leave. And there are some people like that out there, but you're not going to get it by you not advertising your own game and by me making these YouTube videos to help the average player. It's just not going to happen. So I told MindArk, I don't know how hard this is. You need to advertise the game. You know, back years ago when I very first heard about Entropia Universe, it's because they were always putting out all these press releases. There was always a new world record being set. In fact, the very first time I ever heard about it, I think was, 2007, 2008. I saw a press release that John Never Die Jacobs had set a world record for the most amount of money for a virtual item ever by buying Club Never Die. And that is now the asteroid FOMA, as most of you know. Well, when was the last time something like that happened? When was the last time that there was a world record setting game? When was the last time that MindArc developed something like FOMA, like Crystal Palace, that could set a world record? Now, they did put out a press release whenever they took the Crystal Palace shares public a while back, and that's great. That's exactly what they needed to do. That's exactly the type of advertising that is needed. But it's like I told MindArc in that email I wrote the CEO, if you want new blood coming in, if you want these big money spenders, if that's really truly what you're after, then you've got to do some form of advertising. You've got to put press releases out there. You've got to make world record quality stuff. You've got to make world record quality content. You've got to make something capable of setting a world record so that that record can get set in the first place. You know, that's why they created Crystal Palace. It was something that was useful in game, that helped the players, that helped the community, that needed to be there, but at the same time also drew in big money from buzz, right? Same with FOMA / Club Never Die. It was something that needed to be in the game. They developed it. It helped the players. It helped the community, and it drew in big money from Never Die. So, you know, MindArc can hate me all they want. The fact of the matter is they're not advertising their own game. I don't know what to tell you. As a business owner, you have to advertise. If you do not, you are not going to get anywhere. And I'm about to prove this concept in spades right now. So that is kind of some of the reasons I've been gone away from the game for a little while, guys. Like I said, I do still log in. I do still play. I just kind of keep my head down, and I haven't really been posting videos because I don't want to put information out there if my head's not in the right space. I also don't want to put bad information out there. And I understand when I post a video, there's a chance MindArc is going to do something to change the game, so the video is not necessarily going to be as useful as it was when I made it. I get that. But I would rather put out no content than to put out content that's bad or that I make when my head's not in the right place. So I apologize about that, guys, but I do appreciate everybody sticking with me these past couple of months. I do appreciate all the messages and emails. So let's get into today's video. How can you get a free RK-0 limited repair tool? That is a good question. Let's go back to what we were just talking about with advertising. When you have a business, you need to advertise. Now, there's different reasons to advertise. Sometimes you just want brand exposure. Sometimes you want a customer acquisition. And sometimes it's for some other reason that has nothing to do with any of the above. And that is how you guys are going to be able to get a chance at a free RK-0 repair tool. I personally have a business that I need help with something, and I'm relying on you guys for that help. And in exchange, I'm willing to give out a crapload of RK-0 limited repair tools. I have made so freaking many of them that literally my storage is overflowing with them in anticipation of this. So before we get right into that, I will show you guys the easiest way to find out the information. If you just go up to your browser bar and go to EarnPED.com, literally right there on the home page, if you'll scroll down, I put it on the home page at the very bottom. When an RK-0 limited. So all the information is right here. But I will go over it with you step by step. So this is literally all you have to do, guys, is go to Google. That's wrong. That's wrong. How did I do that? Okay, there we go. Go to Google. And you guys follow these steps exactly, because please, because this is something that it has to be done exactly this way. I don't need you going up to your address bar and just typing this information in. I need you to go to Google first. Go to your search bar, type in 181 close, CLOSENOW, 181 close now, and hit enter. Now when you search for 181 close now, this is what you're going to see, some variation of this. And whenever you do the search, you just click right here on this very first result. That is the website. And it takes you to the 181 Close Now website. Now, whenever you're here in the header, you'll see it says blog right here. Click on blog. And you can go to any of the blog posts. It should not matter really which blog post you go to. Specifically, any of these down at the bottom, like the first 10, any of these in here specifically, any of these that you're seeing right here, and the ones up top, it should work just fine too. But you just pick one. So let's go with this one. and if you scroll down, there'll be a contact form. Now, there's probably several contact forms. There's one at the top, and then there's one in the middle, and then there's usually one at the bottom too. Yep, see how we've got 3? So any of the contact forms, it doesn't matter which one, it doesn't matter which blog post. All you have to do is where it says name, type in your avatar name. So StevieB, Braggs. And then all this other information you can skip. The only part you need to do is right here where it says address, type in RK-0. That's it. I just need your avatar name in the name field, and I need your RK-0 in the address field, and then hit the little submit button where it says get my cash offer. That's it. Now, oops, please confirm the fields and submit it again. Oh, well, I guess it's going to make me give a little bit more information. So let's go ahead and fill in the email one and the city. Let's just go OKC. So if it makes you fill in a couple of fields, sorry, sometimes it does that. Fake phone number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if it makes you fill in any of the other fields, just put in fake information. It doesn't have to be your real email address. It doesn't have to be your real phone number. All I need is your in-game avatar name where it says name, and where it says address, just put RK-0. Now, whenever it's successful, you'll see it says success. Our closing options analyst will call you soon. That's how you know it went through. So in this case, I put in my name, my avatar name. I put in RK-0 on the address line. Then it made me put in a fake email, a fake phone number, and a fake city. So if you got to do that on some of the contact forms, guys, I apologize. But literally, it's that easy. Now, once you hit get my cash offer and it sends that message comes directly to me. This is my website. This is my real life business. This is nothing to do with the game. It has nothing to do with Entropia Universe. This is my life outside of the game, is 181 Close Now. And the reason I'm doing this is I need to get traffic to this site, and I need it to look organic. Let's just cut to the chase. So in order for me to outrank one of my competitors who is pulling some very shady stuff, I had to find a way to get natural, real traffic to the site. And the only way I know to do that is to give you guys the opportunity to earn something out of it. So that's literally all I need from you guys is just go to Google. Whenever Google pops up, type in 181 Close Now, hit search. Once you've searched for 181 Close Now on Google, go to the website, hit blog, go to any of the pages that have a contact form. Any of the blog posts will have at least one contact form and usually several. Fill out, just like I said, with your in-game avatar name and RK-0 as the property address, and then if there's any other information it asks you for, just make something up if you want to. And then hit that get my cash offer, or that submit button. Now when you do that, it emails all that information directly to me. So the reason I'm having you use that contact form is that way I can see what avatars are doing this for me and how often. These emails come directly to me. They do not go anywhere else. The information is not shared with anybody else. So when that information comes to me, I can see, okay, Carrie Ann Morrison submitted the form for me, so she helped me out by doing this for me at 12:34 p.m. Or Chuck Charles Smith did it at 1:48 p.m. And I keep all those contact form emails that I get sent. So what I'm doing is I'm giving away RK-0s. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that every time you fill out one of these contact forms, you're going to get an RK-0. That would be prohibitively expensive. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm putting all the contact forms that come in into a hopper, and I'm essentially drawing names for RK-0s. I've got probably 500 RK-0s. I might actually have more than that. They're all full TT. They are a limited item, but they're great for repairing your vehicles. They're great for repair skilling on motherships. They're super, super handy dandy. So I've got plenty to give away. That's not the problem. So right now I'm taking all the entries that are coming in, and like I said, I'm just randomly pulling a name. The more people that do this, the more frequently I get these things, the more of them I will be able to give away. I am probably also going to go in, and everybody who does this for me, if you aren't pulled that day or that drawing for an RK-0, I'm probably just going to credit your EarnPED account, a couple of PEC for each contact form you submit. I didn't put that on the website, but I don't want you guys doing this for nothing. I don't want you doing this for free. I want everybody to gain. So even if you don't get a message from me like, hey, you got an RK-0 for doing this for me, you're going to get something. Even if it's a couple of PEC for every contact form that you fill out, I will be crediting everybody's account something every time they do this for me. It will not be credited instantly. It's something I've got to sit down and do manually. It is going to be very time consuming. But every time you fill one of these contact forms out, it will do something for you. Whether it's an RK-0 limited, full TT, or whether it's a couple of PEC in your EarnPED account, you're not doing this for me for free. I appreciate you guys supporting me. I appreciate you guys helping me out. I do not ask you guys to do things for me for free. That said, I've got plenty of RK-0s to give away. I've literally probably got 500, maybe more, and I can always make more if need be. The blueprints are very easy to get, and it's actually one of my favorite things to craft. Part of the reason that I made so many before I decided to do this was I was actually going to go for level 60 scientist through VSE. My buddy Michael Stewart just unlocked it. Congrats to him. He spent a lot of time on the Mothership Cronin getting there. But this is something that also needed to be done that will also help me out tremendously. Like I said, I've got a competitor who's being kind of shady, and this is the only way I have to be able to kind of counterbalance it, which is why I'm relying on you guys to be there to support me to do it. So that said, I will be giving out a ton of these RK-0s. The idea is the more Stevies that do this and the more often, the more of them I'll be able to give away. That's the general concept here. Would you do me a favor, though? Please only do this once every 24 hours. I do not want thousands of contact forms coming in from the same person over and over in the same day. So what I'm asking everybody is, yes, do it, and yes, do it regularly, but just do it once every 24 hours. That's all I'm asking. That's all it takes. And the more consistent you guys are with that, the more consistently you make this something you do every single day, the better the odds are you're going to get an RK-0. Because if I see people that are consistently helping me, consistently there for me every single day, I'm going to recognize that. I'm going to spot that pattern, and I'm going to reward that to the best of my ability because I appreciate the support. I appreciate all the support you guys give me. So this is something I can actually do outside of the game that MindArt cannot screw with that will help you guys out. Whether it's you need an RK-0 just to have it on you whenever you go into space in case you get shot down, or just need to have it on you to repair your car whenever it breaks down, or if you want to go do some serious skilling on a mothership but you don't have the money for all the repair tools that you're going to need. This is a way that by you guys helping me, I can help you guys in return. And this is something that MindArt can't touch. And the beauty of it is this is something that kind of proves my point to MindArt. If you're going to have a business, you've got to think about ways to do things for the business. Now, no, this is not about client acquisition. This is not about brand name recognition. This is about I've got a competitor that is doing something so his website's ranking higher than mine. And in order to offset that, I need real, actual people at a computer doing real actual Google searches, not some bot somewhere, right? So this is one of those things that kind of proves my point to MindArt. If you have a business, take care of it, because if you don't, nobody else is going to. So guys, I really appreciate all your support. That's really all there is to it. Literally just go to Google, do a Google search for 181 Close Now. Whenever the website pops up, click on it, go to the blog, pick any blog post. It can literally be any blog post. And just fill out that contact form where it says name. I just need your avatar name, address. I just need you to put RK-0 and then just fill in any other information that it makes you fill in. It doesn't have to be real information. And you'll be good to go. It will come straight to me and you're golden. You're already entered. You can literally click on almost any of them because I believe even at the ones, let's see. Yep, even this one has a contact form kind of towards the bottom. So literally any of them will work. Now, guys, if you want to do me an extra solid, like I said, please limit this to a once a day type thing. But if you want to do me a real super extra solid, don't just go to the website, fill out the contact form, and then hit the exit button. Just leave it up for a little while, because that is one of the things that Google monitors is how long do people stay on your website. So if you go and you do the contact form and you get entered for the RK-0, that's awesome. That's great. I appreciate it. Instead of exiting it, just minimize it and leave it for an hour or two. Next time you come back to your computer, close it out then. That would do me a real super solid, even though I can't personally make anybody do that. I can't really make that part of this. I'd really appreciate that a lot. So guys, I do have some more stuff coming up about Entropia. I'm actually going to probably try and shoot another video here in just a little bit. I had promised you guys before I made my last video that I was going to make a video about the lost game mechanic that still works that nobody really takes advantage of. That's the video I'm going to try and shoot later today. I do have more videos planned. Like I said, right now my biggest problem, on top of the stuff that I'm dealing with in real life, is I want to put out good content that's useful for you guys. And unfortunately, whenever I put out content that's useful, a lot of times MindArt will change something and make it not useful anymore. So if there's one thing you guys can take from my videos, I don't want you to take the actual information of do a do be result C. If there's one thing that you guys could take from any of my videos, I would hope that it would be the way that I think, the way that I look at the game, the way that I approach the game, the way that I look for the cracks in the game. Because I will not always be there to tell you guys where the next crack is. I will not always be there to hold your hand and say, this is the weapon you need to use. This is what you need to hunt. This is why. Mindark will keep changing things, and the more information I put out there, and especially the more useful that information is, the more they're going to change it, right? That's just nature of the beast. But if you guys can learn to think like me and to see the game like me, then there's a chance that you might be able to discover some of those cracks before I even do, and you guys will be able to capitalize on them before I do, which would be amazing. I would love to see that happen. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. That is literally all there is to it, to trying to get a free RK-0 limited full TT. It has nothing to do with something you do in Entropia. It has everything to do with supporting StevieB in real life. And anybody who wants to do it, I appreciate it. Anybody who doesn't, I totally understand. Like I said, this is my personal website. This is my real business website. Most of you are fairly aware of this. So this information comes directly to me. It does not go to anybody else. It does not get shared. It does not get put out on the internet. It literally comes directly to me. And this is just something that by you guys helping me out, you give me an opportunity to help you out. So like I said, very simple. Go to Google, search for 181 Close Now. Go to the website, go to the blog, pick a blog post, any blog post, go to the contact form, put in your avatar name, put RK0 in the address line, fill in email, phone number, and city with whatever information you just feel like making up to get it to make the form go through. Send it to me, and you're entered for a chance to win an RK0 limited. The more people that do this, and the more regularly they do this, the more RK0s I will be giving away. I have a crap load of them, guys. Literally, I have like 6 containers in my storage that are literally full of RK-0s, and these containers hold like 100 to 150 items each. All right, so I've got plenty. I think I've got like 15,000 PED worth of metal residue at the moment, so there's no chance I'm not going to be able to make more. I can make these things all day long and never run out. So the more that this is something that you guys do to support me, the more of these RK-0s I'll be able to give away. And like I said, even if you don't get an RK-0 right away, don't feel bad, because every time you submit one of these contact forms, you're going to get something. If you don't get an RK-0, your EarnPED.com account will be credited with a couple of PEC per form. I promise you that. I don't ask you guys to do anything for me for free. So guys, I've been StevieB with EarnPED.com. Smack, smack, sip, sip, F the haters. And I will be back with another video for you guys very, very soon. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for your patience. And most of all, thank you guys for just being there, because sometimes that has meant more to me than anything else. See y'all soon. Thanks, guys.